Hi there, Laura J. Swan here. I am the founder of Conscious Feminine Leaders Academy, a women's healing and empowerment coach, and a leadership mentor. And more importantly than anything else, I am a mama. So my video to you today is to talk a little bit about that. So I had a couple of things happen in the past week or so that I feel have challenged me in my presence as a mama, have challenged me to look at, am I really present as a mama? And this is something that I feel a lot of us struggle with as moms, especially if you're working, especially if you're a single mom, especially if you are trying to juggle many things, which, hey, let's face it, that's most mamas out there right now, trying to juggle so many things, taking care of yourself, nurturing your own needs. Yeah, right, that happens, huh? And also taking care of your child to the best of your ability. We're all really trying to do the best we can. There's no question about that. But I want to present to you today an opportunity for us to take it even a step further. And I want to ask you to take this challenge with me. I'm going to challenge you to do the 20-minute presence challenge with me. And I'll tell you where this comes from. I had two videos or two things come to me over the past week from my sister, both of them. One of them was an article about a post that in 2015 went viral. A woman named Brandy Johnson did a little experiment where she sat with her young boys, believe they were toddlers, and she tallied how many times they looked to her for approval or for a loving glance or for encouragement as they were playing together. And she normally, I'm assuming, would be on her phone during that time while they were occupied and playing together. And she realized that there were 28 times that those boys looked to her in the time she was sitting. And I don't know exactly what the time period was, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. 28 times they looked to her, that she could have been distracted, sending the message that their needs were not as important as what she was focused on in that moment. That was what she took from that experiment that she did. And her takeaway was to encourage parents to be more mindful about being on your technology, even when you think your children are occupied, that the messages that we're sending them are very critical, and that the more present we can be, the more we get to encourage them and show them love and support. So I got that article, first of all. And then Dr. Amen from Amen Clinics, he's a very brilliant doctor on brain health, put out a video about 20 things you should never do with your children. And so, but one of the tips that he gave in that video was that you should spend 20 minutes of pure, uninterrupted presence time with your children every day. Now, when my sister said that to me, I'm going to be honest, I said, 20 minutes, that's nothing. I spend more than that with Luna every day. Like, I spend lots and lots of time with her. And then I tried it. And I'll tell you, 20 minutes of uninterrupted time with your child, which means you're not looking at your phone, you're not trying to get anything else done, like cooking or cleaning or folding laundry or any multitasking, but just pure 20 minutes of presence with your child. That was what my challenge was. And I did it for 20 minutes, and I will tell you, I counted 15 times for myself, and that was like when I started counting 5 or 10 minutes into it. Didn't even count the first, several minutes that I did it, where I felt the impulse to be distracted by something. Whether it be I needed to go check on the laundry or I needed to fold. I saw that there was a pile of laundry in the room as I was sitting there playing with my daughter, and I was like kind of going crazy inside thinking I could so be multitasking right now, but I didn't. And I called myself back every time it happened to being present with my daughter. And I cannot believe how magical those 20 minutes were. It was eye-opening. I mean, I spend a lot of time with my daughter, but I'm a working mom. I'm busy. I have a lot going on. I own my own business. I have 1,000 things in any given moment that I could be focusing on. And the fact that these phones are so available all the time to give us anything we need, to look up anything we need to be connected to our email, connected to our texts, watching Facebook Live, anything at any given moment, it makes it even more difficult for parents today to be fully present with our children. And I have a teenager also, my niece, who lives with me, and I'm watching her generation and the children of that age growing up completely on technology all the time. So what message are we sending? Now, I haven't done the experiment yet where I watch how many times my daughter looks to me for approval, but I'm going to do that. And I want to encourage you to do that too. In this 20-minute challenge, for the next 20 days, spend 20 minutes uninterrupted, pure presence time with your children. If you want to up that a little bit and take me even further with that challenge, then I encourage you to do that. But 20 minutes without getting distracted, without going to the phone, without trying to get other things done. You get down at their level and play with them as if you were that child, as if you were that age, as if there was nothing else in the world more important. And I guarantee you will experience a miracle in being that present. And it's really not all that different from training yourself to meditate or training yourself to be present with any sort of spiritual practice. This, I think, is one of the most powerful ones that anyone can experience. To be fully present with a child and to follow their lead on what they want to play with and follow their lead on what they want to discover and explore, within reason to keep them safe, of course. You don't want to let them go do absolutely anything if it's going to put them or you in harm. But outside of that, see if you can really allow this 20 minutes to nourish you and your child. And if you're an auntie or a nanny or, a father or mother, or if you have a child in your life that's not necessarily yours, then I encourage you to try this too. You may not be able to do it every day, but try to do it at least a few times over the next 20 days and share what's your experience. What do you notice? What happens for you in this experiment? And I would love to see more of us as parents, more of us as caregivers, taking a stand for presence, especially in a world where it's so easy to be anything but that. This matters for our children. And I see the effects of, the teenagers and the young children today when they are not present, when they are always on their phones. I'm seeing it more and more as I'm around young kids. And it's a big difference from when we grew up. And it's not to make technology wrong. I thank God for it. Thank God I can handle things on my phone when I am with my daughter that would make it really not. I'm not able to work as a full-time working mama if I didn't have these tools and these gifts available to me. But it doesn't need to happen all the time. It doesn't need to be on all the time. If we can sprinkle our day with these 20-minute chunks of pure presence with our children and really listen to them, really stop and listen to them, I really believe that miracles will happen, and the connection and the purity of love that can be exchanged between us and a child. I can't believe how many times my daughter cackled in laughter in those 20 minutes. I can't believe how many times she was thrilled and excited to have me right there watching everything she did and playing right there with her. It was such an amazing experience, and I want that for you too. So thank you for taking the time. Thank you for taking this 20-minute challenge. I want to hear how it goes for you. Please leave in the comments below. And I also have the links to those videos I was talking about, to the Facebook post and to the Dr. Amen's video that you can check out for yourself. So thank you. I look forward to hearing how this goes for you too.